I think it's appropriate that I answer that in light of kind of Work 4.0.
Yes.
So for me, when it comes to resiliency in Work 4.0, it's about the art of constantly reinventing yourself, but in faster cycles.
Wow.
And I think what's really important to everyone is that in Work 4.0, hard skills can become obsolete quicker than before. And that reinvention is critical to really being resilient in this new market.
How about Scalable? You've scaled a couple companies. You've been an acqui-hire. What does Scalable mean to you, Chris?
In Work 4.0, Scalable will mean adequately augmenting the talent you have in humans in your organization with the ability to harness the true power of AI, and to do that without losing culture or trust. So I think many organizations think of the first half of that. Very few of the organizations can execute on human plus agentic AI and also maintain trust and without losing culture.
Have you seen any best practices? This is a little bit off script in terms of companies that have or are scaling, right? Because this is just scaling really quickly in the last year or so.
Sure.
And are there any best practices out there in building that trust?
Yeah. I think having a real holistic AI strategy is key. And one main component of a holistic AI strategy is how can you get tools to the fingertips of every staff member in your organization so that it's embedded in their workflow? Because a lot of the top-down AI strategy from organizations, like a CEO says you must use AI and we must be 25% more efficient, is really shallow when it comes to strategy, and it very rarely results in a culture sustaining in a company for this AI growth and augmentation. So what I've been really impressed by is, when I host things like AI monthly global office hours at Criteria, or I host one-on-one sessions with employees to learn about how they're using AI, because you're able to push those tools down to your team members and let them use it in a safe and comfortable area, it allows you to see what people creatively do with AI. And most of the time, I could say there's probably 60 or 70% of use cases that I would never have expected my staff to use AI for, and I would have been the bottleneck of creating if they were waiting for me to do it, and instead give them a safe experimentation zone. And I think that is key to a sustaining AI strategy for a company.
So your best practice is actually a Criteria, from what I'm hearing here, and it's very becoming, because I like to talk about playfulness in the sandbox, right? I read recently, it was an EY study, I think it was this last week, that about 40% of employees that are forced to use AI tools give up after a month. They don't see the utility in their day-to-day tasks they're doing. So there is something to what you just said, building trust, but building it from the bottom up.
Yeah,
right?
I resonate with that for sure. And I think the only way people break that barrier is by seeing their colleagues successful with it. Very rarely is a demo from an executive leader going to be, it might be enough to begin a culture of AI. Like, I had to do a lot of demos and show people kind of the art of the possible. And then as soon as I saw pockets of AI, intelligence in the organization, the quicker you can elevate those people to lead and present their findings, the faster you build up kind of the natural human competition between your team, and everybody all of a sudden will get more behind it. And that's really important. I think you've reached a point of success in your AI strategy when you were once leading the AI learning sessions and now you are not.
How cool is that? You heard it here in the Founder Sandbox.